Hello there, my name is Phernivy and thanks for clicking on my video. So in today's video, I am building a cabin-like, woodsy sort of cottage for my main character or main sim, Maeve Greene, in my Cats and Dogs LP. So we've been kind of working up to her moving into her own house. She has a tiny house in Windenburg currently, but I wanted to give her a really nice upgrade, so I'm building this house for her. Basically, going into it, I didn't really have a idea of what I wanted the interior or anything to look like. All I wanted was to have, if you can see that kind of black square room right there, that's going to be kind of, you can make it into anything you want, but for me, I wanted that to be like a garden sunroom. So it's going to look, when I'm done, obviously, I'm going to have the outside be like big glass windows, so you'll be able to see into it. But I wanted that to be sort of like where she put some of her plants, like a gardening place. Whereas you could just have it as a regular sunroom and put some chairs in there and plants and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of the concept that I had going into this build. Everything else I'm kind of just winging, like most of my builds. I wish I probably should plan these things out more, but usually my builds are just me pressing play and I build and I figure it out. And usually they come out pretty decent to my surprise. I haven't ever been like, ooh, that's terrible, delete, I'm not gonna use this video. Like, I usually always use it because I think it's decent. So basically what I'm trying to do right now is, I don't know what you would call this, but I wanted to have sort of not a deck per se, obviously, because it's indoors, but you'll kind of see what I'm talking about in a little bit. I wanted that to be cut out so you could kind of see into the downstairs and have like a balcony. Yeah, maybe I should, probably balcony is what I'm trying to say. I wanted it to have sort of like a balcony area up top. So I'm working on the roof right now, and I think I add one of those little they're not like a lighthouse. I really have no idea what you would even call it, but you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. So I'm adding a porch roof. Right here I'm trying to add it on the side, but it looked really stupid. Like, it was clipping into the other one. It would have been too high, so pretty sure I just delete it and forget it, and that part of the deck doesn't have a roof. Yeah, but overall, I was honestly very happy with how this build came out. If I were to think of like my dream house, that up top, that's what I'm talking about on the roof. I don't really know what those are called, but yeah, obviously I'm adding that. But if I were to think of like my dream home, it would absolutely be like a woodsy cabin-y. Like, I don't really like modern houses. I don't like big, like, traditional mansions, or traditional houses. I don't know, and I cannot stand those cookie cutter houses that are just like manufactured like one after the other. Like, I hate those. But I love sort of like woody cabin-y-esque houses. Like, those are my favorites. Like, oh my gosh, I hope one day I am able to live in a house like that. So I was trying to get like, I don't know, some sort of like lookout, but it wasn't really working. So I ended up just using that object that I showed you before on top of the roof, because everything I was trying to do just looked kind of dumb. It didn't make any sense, so I just ended up deleting it and putting that back. The reason why I didn't want that is because you see how the trim is kind of white? It's kind of aggravating me. It didn't really match with the brown that I had on the rest of the house. So yeah. Again, another reason why it would be amazing if we had like the color wheel, so we can just make any color we want. That'd be pretty epic. So at the top floor, I have in the back, master bedroom, and then in the front where the windows are right there is one bedroom to the left, one kind of like office-y area to the right. You can make it a bedroom if you wanted to, but it's kind of small. And I'm pretty sure I end up extending the top and the bottom. The bottom is going to be for a dining area. The top is going to be for an ensuite for the master bedroom. But I really like how the placement of the windows look on this house. It looks really good. So I'm putting the windows in for the green room now. Is that what you call it? Green room? Or I don't know, sunroom, green room, whatever you want to call it. But I'm adding the large windows into there so a lot of light goes in. Yeah, and then I'm trying to figure out, like, I really want a bathroom upstairs, so how am I going to do this? So, yeah, I think I always do that. Like, I'll put the walls up, and then I'll realize it's on the second floor and not the bottom. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, yes, I actually forgot about that part as well. So there's a little, like, balcony on the outside next to the ensuite of the master bedroom. I actually forgot about that. Cute. What a pleasant surprise. So yeah, just fixing up the roof and the windows. And then, let's see here. I don't know if you caught it, if you want to rewind and see it. I might show it again, but on the deck, there's a little kind of like nook area going into the house that doesn't, right there, that little nook that doesn't really make any sense. So later on in the video, you'll see I kind of tweak the dining area a little bit and I add the doggy door to the side. Or either, I don't know if, do I add the doggy door in here or do I do it in gameplay? I'm not sure, but you see in the dining area, that little wall right there, I just put a doggy door right there. I'm pointing as if you can see where I'm pointing. Yep, makes sense. Nobody's here. Okay. So now I'm just trying to pick out what kind of walls I want. Again, I kind of wanted neutral colors, woodsy type. It's not all like wood paneling or anything, but there's some wood paneling. It's very homey and cozy. That's the kind of houses I like. Of course I can appreciate a house that has a lot of lighting, like natural lighting. I do love that. But the like ultra modern, ultra chic and sleek, like, that's not for me. Like, I'd rather have dark wood and like woodsy paneling and things like that rather than, I don't mind marble countertop, but you get what I'm saying. Like the marble countertop, like all grayscale and white and cream aesthetic, like that's not really me. So I'm figuring out the layout for the kitchen. Going to be adding in an island. I'm not really sure what the shape is. Do I just do, yeah, so I just do that and then I add the stove inside of it. And those are some of the best lights in the game. I use those lights all the time. So just adding sink, I did a microwave, coffee maker, and then I'm just trying to find some decent looking cabinets. I don't really remember, but I don't think I actually end up using any because I just didn't like the way any of them looked really. Okay, so now on to the living space. It is a little bit close to the kitchen area. It's not a big living room, but I didn't mind it. I kind of liked how it was all kind of open and close to each other. I'm just trying to find a rug that fits it normally, but it's kind of like going into the kitchen too much and I don't really like that, but pretty sure I choose that rug. And those bar stools that came with, is that cats and dogs? Oh my gosh, I use those constantly. I really like those bar stools and the chairs that match that because those are the kind of chairs that I had growing up. They look exactly like that. It's so funny. I don't know what you would call that style, but that's exactly what I had growing up. So now we're on to the dining area. It's so zoomed out, I'm sorry, like you can barely even see it. I chose, it was like a brown wood trim with glass in the middle, very basic brown chairs. And I'm just adding a little accent table over there with some clutter. Nice large window to look out of. Do I do a rug? Yep, looking for a rug. Yep, just a kind of beigey brown rug. And then, yeah, in the living room, I went with the green and brown couches. Usually when I do like a dark brown like this, I don't know why, but I always incorporate some sort of like green. I just feel like it complements it really well. And then I'm going around adding some wall lights. And yeah, so like I said, I specifically created this build for... If you hear my chair squeaking, I'm sorry. I swear it's not me farting. It's my leather chair. I promise you. But yeah, so I specifically created this house for my Cats and Dogs LP. So I did furnish it with that in mind. So all I did was furnish the bedroom in the ensuite. The other 2 rooms, I just basically put in some like cluttered decor to make it look like she kind of just moved in. So you'll see that in a second. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Any comments or suggestions for future builds, leave down below, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!